back to my channel. If this is your first video ever watching on my channel, you are in for a treat because, as you can tell, the title is 24 lessons that I've learned at 24, and this is kind of like my birthday week video. I'm super excited to be sharing some of the wisdom that I have learned at the ripe age of 24. By the time you guys are seeing this, it'll be August 24th, which is super fitting for the title. And make sure you stay tuned for next week's video, which will be a complete vlog of all of my birthday activities. I'm so excited to share with you guys. Give this video a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed. But I feel like I'm gonna be yapping a lot, so let's get right into it. Basically, the premise of this entire video is just to go through 24 different life lessons that I feel that I've already learned or am still currently learning at the age of 24. I've seen a lot of different creators do this type of video, and I wanted to give my take on it, especially because it was just my birthday. And I don't know, I feel like a lot of people ask me for advice, and so these are things that I have learned myself, but also tried to communicate to friends, family, other people in my life, and I wanted to share it with you guys. All right, first up is good things come to those who wait. Now, this is a pretty broad statement, but I really feel like it speaks to a lot of things and themes in my life. Whether it has to do with a goal that you're working towards, relationships, or a big decision that you're making. I feel like this is something that I've really learned in my early 20s especially, is to kind of wait it out and see how good it can get. I don't know, I feel like it's just one of those things where it's like, if you rush to make a decision or you jump at something just because it's right in front of you and it looks shiny, that is not the way to go about it. Those situations usually end in a crash and burn and is very short-lived. So I feel like I found value in waiting it out, playing the long game, and really seeing how good it can get. Hopefully that makes sense. Number 2 is to trust your intuition and gut feelings. This one literally speaks to me on a spiritual level, you guys, because I cannot tell you how many times that I've just felt that something was off in any given situation and have been completely right about it. But if there's one thing I've learned, I feel like if it's not a hell yes, then it's probably a hell no. And I don't know, I feel like your gut doesn't lie about that stuff. Number 3 is to get a travel credit card. This one's kind of random, but I feel like it's essential for all early 20-somethings to have a travel credit card, or at least a points credit card that you can use to earn rewards. The reality is you're gonna be spending a ton of money regardless, whether it's on rent, groceries, gas, all the essentials. Might as well get points or rewards for it. Me personally, I have an airline credit card, so anytime I buy essentials, I will get points towards that specific airline. It's also given me super cool perks for this particular airline, like being able to board earlier or getting access to the lounge. The opportunities are really endless. Number 4 is the money will come back. And any of my close friends have definitely heard me say this before. I'm such a believer in money is meant to be spent, especially when it's on things that make you happy and drastically improve your quality of life. For example, I have no shame in just going out and buying like a $7 latte. Other more expensive things like Drake announcing a potential tour this fall, yeah, you know I'm gonna be spending money on that. I don't know, I feel like obviously it's very important to be financially responsible to a certain degree, but I also think it's in your best interest to live your best life. I totally understand that this is probably not the best advice, and I'm not a financial expert by any means, but I just feel like if this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for some concert or some event that you'll really enjoy and maybe even benefit from, spend the money and go. It'll come back. Number 5 is confidence is key. Now, I'm sure you probably hear this all the time, but it really is such a determining factor when you can walk into a room and be confident in yourself, in your knowledge, and what you bring to the table. I've not only seen this play out in my content on social media, I've heard about this in interviews. It's really not always like being the one with the chest puffed out the most and like having your chin up. Obviously, that's kind of part of that, is to have that physical body language of confidence, but also there's other aspects to it that I really feel like are undervalued. Number 6 is try new things. If you guys have been watching my post-grad diaries series, you guys will know that I've been the queen of side quests and trying new things recently. Ever since post-grad hit and I am no longer affiliated with a college team, I'm no longer in school, and for a while there, your girl was jobless. I had so much time on my hands to just get out in the community and meet new people and try different things, and it was transformative. Like, I did not know how badly I needed that. One, it's just cool to try different things that you've never done before, like going to different restaurants or trying a new workout class. But it's also a really great way to build community and meet new people, which I think is so important these days. Number 7, things will get worse before they get better. I wish I didn't know so much about this one. But honestly, you guys, I just feel like this is a valuable life lesson in itself. But if I've learned anything over the last 3 years, it's that things definitely have to tank before you can reach the high levels again. And I mean, I've experienced that physically in my sport. You know, I had to get injured before I could compete at Big 12 championships. I've experienced that with my content creation journey. Like, you have to get stuck at a certain amount of followers and be stuck in a certain pattern before you try some kind of new series that takes off and shoots you to the next level of following. It really is just part of the process of life, of going up and down. Like, it's bound to happen, but specifically from what I've learned, things will be getting worse before they're about to get really good. Number 8 is health is wealth. You guys, I give so much credit to my undergrad degree and minor in nutrition for my knowledge on how to navigate your health, especially the importance of establishing those habits in your early 20s. I feel like I've really learned this one firsthand because there was a period of time where I literally could not walk for weeks on end, and it happened twice. I've just really come to appreciate the little things, like being able to stand in my shower on 2 legs without having to balance on different things against the wall. I know that at 24, it's like, okay, you're still young, you're healthy, if you're active and you're eating relatively well, like, you'll be fine. But I feel like a lot of people don't realize that the habits that you create now are really going to shape what your future looks like. And if there's one thing that you want to preserve, it's your health. Number 9 is to get outside. Literally, ever since I moved to Florida, this has been a game changer, and I know that not everybody has the luxury of pretty much unlimited vitamin D all year round, but trust me, like, getting outside if you need a break or if you just need a change of scenery is going to be life-changing. There's nothing like a good walk during the day, like 20-minute walk just to clear my head, get outside, get some fresh air. It really makes a huge difference. Number 10 is just start. I am still learning this lesson. This is one of those ones where it's kind of like a lesson, but also a reminder to myself to just like keep that in the back of my mind. But what I mean by that is there is never gonna be a perfect time to start that business or to jump into a new hobby or whatever it may be that you've been thinking about for a long time. I feel like I'm definitely guilty of the wanting everything to be perfect before I start, but really, like, that perfectionist side is going to kill whatever it is you're trying to do. Basically, what I'm getting at is not be afraid to fail publicly and to try things and maybe not be successful the first time around, but having the strength to get back up and try it again. Number 11 is to write it down or talk about it. I feel like I'm gonna expose myself a little bit in this one because I have talked about how journaling is an outlet for me and how it's something that I really value when things are really good or maybe when things are really bad. It just feels really great to take your thoughts in your brain and get it out of there, put it on paper, and then just like toss it to the side. However, there are times where I really just feel like my hand muscles cannot keep up with the amount of thoughts that are going through my brain. And so I've resorted to voice memos. Yeah, it might make me sound like a bit of a crazy person, but I will just be in the car, turn on my voice memo, and I will just start talking to myself and letting it all out. Doesn't matter if I'm full of rage or if I'm super excited about something that's happening in my life. I'm just gonna yap about it. It seems a little far-fetched, but honestly, it's a very like stress-relieving way to get those thoughts out of your head again so that you're like not all cluttered in your own mind. Number 12, I'm gonna keep this one plain and simple, but you probably need to drink more water. I'm so guilty of this, especially because I drink multiple coffees a day sometimes and literally will have creatine before workouts when literally creatine needs water to be dissolved and coffee dehydrates you. So sometimes I get those feelings of like a little tension headache, or maybe I'm just feeling fatigued and don't know why. Yeah, you probably need more water. Number 13 is to sleep on it. This is a lesson that I've really learned when it comes to making big decisions and things that will kind of dictate the next couple months or maybe years in my life. I'm a big believer in sleeping on something to decide how you're gonna proceed, because same day, like, you're probably having all kinds of different thoughts and it'll be really hard to figure out what you actually want. It's always gonna be a better and more informed decision when you wake up. Number 14, this is probably my favorite and most valuable lesson that I could give to anyone, but it's to chase your dreams. Literally, why wouldn't you? You have one life in this crazy world and you get to make of it what you want. You have dreams and passions that are put in your heart and nobody is stopping you from going after them except for yourself. But I don't know, why wouldn't you chase your dreams? What else are you gonna do? It's like one of those things, like you gotta pick your hard. It's gonna be hard to chase after your dreams and it's not gonna be linear, you're gonna fail. But it's also gonna be hard to settle and wonder what if. Building off of that, number 15 is to never ever settle in any area of your life. Now this really relates to the last point, and honestly you guys, it's a lesson that I feel like has been instilled in my brain, especially from my mom. Shout out to Patricia, she's gonna love that. But literally, if she's taught me one thing, it is to never settle in any area of your life, whether that's in relationships, in your job, in the things that you're passionate about. It just really goes back to the fact that we have one life, and it's like, why would you choose to settle when you know you can have better if you work for it? Number 16 is to create more than you consume. This is another one of those lessons that is more of like a reminder to myself that I need to be putting this into place. You guys, I am too embarrassed to show my screen time because the amount of time I spend on the internet right now is actually ridiculous. Literally half of that time I could be spending vlogging or learning how to edit better or coming up with new ideas for this YouTube channel. Anything other than just mindlessly scrolling. It's something I've learned, but maybe I haven't fully put it into practice yet, but hopefully that resonates with somebody watching this video. Try to create more than you're consuming. 17 is learn how to be a good listener. I feel like this is so valuable in so many different ways. Going back to kind of like the confidence piece that I talked about earlier, a lot of people think that confidence is sticking your chest out and having the loudest voice in the room. But truly the confident people are really great at listening. And this is a valuable skill that I've learned in the workplace, in friendships, all sorts of different scenarios. But it really just like makes you a better person if you're willing to listen. Actively trying to engage in a conversation rather than just thinking about what you're gonna say next. Number 18 is act like you've been there, but be humble enough to be open to learn. I feel like this is so important. And again, it goes back to that confidence piece, but I've always been taught to like walk into a room and be confident in your own abilities and experiences and what you bring to the table, but also just like be willing to listen and to learn from other people because that can have so much value. It's something that I've learned from a young age, but is also something that I'm seeing in different spaces as I'm growing up and starting my first full-time job. Like it really just applies to so many different areas of life. Number 19 is you get out what you put into it. This can literally be for anything. Like it can be work, it could be fitness goals, it could be friendships, relationships. But I think what really got me to write this lesson is the fact that you are in control of your effort levels and the decisions you make regarding certain things that you're working towards. And again, it kind of all ties together with like the not settling and chasing your dreams bit, because it's like, if you're gonna work for it, then you're gonna get some really great rewards out of it. And adding on to that, number 20 is being disciplined is not supposed to be easy. And I feel like social media has truly brainwashed everybody on discipline and hard work in achieving actual real results. These things do not happen overnight. As much as we would love to just snap our fingers and have the perfect body or the perfectly crafted out digital course to sell or this amazing website for your business, those things do not happen overnight. And it's so hard to like remind yourself of that when you're seeing people be successful all over your feed, or at least appear to be successful. But the discipline and the amount of work that it actually takes to build your dream body or build a successful monetized platform, all those things take so much time and sacrifice and hard work. Number 21, tell people you love them. You guys, again, life is short. We've been over this, but I really just feel like it does not take much to throw in a quick love ya before you hang up the phone, or just text somebody who you love that you love them. Like honestly, it does not take much. It'll make their day. Don't have any regrets. Number 22 is that rejection is redirection. I genuinely cannot express how violently this lesson was thrown into my face just a couple of weeks ago. I don't know. I know post-grad is hard for everyone, and especially for anyone who is entering the workforce right now, it's especially difficult to land your first job, no matter how many references, referrals, or people you have saying good things about you. It's really tough out there, and you're probably going to deal with hundreds of rejections like I did. I don't know. I just feel like I had 2 or 3 really great opportunities in front of me where I was like, I've made it to the final round, I've got this job in the bag, and then all of a sudden you get the, hey girly, like we actually decided to go with someone else. It just feels like such a crazy feeling in the moment where it's like, what did I do wrong? Like, why did I get rejected? I'm feeling anger, stress, all the things. But then you sleep on it after a couple of days and you realize that that job was never meant for you in the first place. The point is that anytime you get rejected, you're just being redirected to something even better. So don't feel down. Let yourself feel the feels about it, but don't get discouraged because something better is along the way. Number 23 is to not compare yourself to others, as hard as it may be. Again, you guys, this just goes back to social media and looking at other people's success and comparing your year 1 to somebody else's year 5. Like, it's just so accessible to be able to see all those things that it can be really hard not to compare yourself to another person's journey. I really resonate with the saying that comparison is the thief of joy, because you literally, like, you don't have to have tunnel vision on your own path, but it's really difficult if you're letting other people's successes and influences kind of take over. Definitely focus on yourself. You are exactly where you need to be on your journey. You're not racing anyone else. You're literally on your own path. I always try to keep that in mind. And last but not least, number 24, everything happens for a reason. I feel like you should have seen that one coming. Based on everything else that I've said, I am just such a huge believer in the fact that everything is literally happening for a specific and intentional reason. Everything always seems to work out in a way that totally makes sense and kind of needed to happen in that sequence in order for things to get to where they are. Like, the biggest example that I can give to you guys, when I tore my Achilles, it was at the exact time that allowed me to stay at UCF for another year so that I could have things like my residence covered, tuition covered for my program that was not just a year long, is actually a year and a half long. And had I been completely healthy that entire season, I would have finished in the spring, still would have had to take classes through the summer and the fall and probably pay out of pocket for that, which obviously I had to deal with the injury, but on the plus side, like, I had the support from athletics to deal with that and also support me through my academics. Like, I truly don't know where I would have been had I never gotten hurt. Like, I wouldn't have probably started posting on social media seriously. Like, we wouldn't even be sitting here right now. It's crazy. I don't know. I think everything happens for a reason, and I'm standing firm in it, and hopefully you can see that too, but it's something that I truly have learned over the last couple of years. And yeah, that's kind of a wrap on my lessons as a 24-year-old. I absolutely love these chit chat videos and just talking to you guys one-on-one. So if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, drop a subscribe, join the fam. We're probably going to be hopefully around 3K by the time this video comes out, which is crazy. But thank you again for all the support. I really appreciate you guys, and make sure you're on the lookout for next week's vlog with all of my fun birthday festivities. Toodles!